probably be them. All because of a team that I played for when I was like fucking 7 or 8.
That's exact reason why I fuck with Inter.
Hey, what the fuck with the fucking Pirelli?
I fucking.
Actually,
I have that jersey, long sleeve, the Adriano one.
Oh yep.
And I have an Inter scarf right here.
I used to like Napoli, but
Napoli's not racist. Last year that's racist.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lazio's the racist. Yeah, like full on Nazis, bro.
Napoli's the most hated team in Italy. They're looked at as garbage cans in the rest of Italy. So if anything, they're like probably anti-racist though.
Probably. A good chance.
It's Italy, fool, you know. There's no bananas and motherfuckers over there. I don't know.
That's some wild shit. Let's talk Arsenal for a little bit, boys. Let's talk Arsenal.
No.
Let's talk Arsenal.
No.
Are we on YouTube?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. We're in the pre-show right now.
Yeah.
What up,
Let's
Eddie?
talk
What up,
Arsenal right
Anthony? Let's talk Arsenal real quick, boys.
You know what?
I want to hear some thoughts, though.
I'm not mad because when the season started, I had no expectations of winning the title.
I had top 4,
Straight the
right?
fuck
Like top
up.
4. That's all I wanted.
I thought we were gonna push top 4. I would have been cool with the roster if we would have gotten like to Europa. But they met and exceeded expectations, and it was fun while it lasted. I think this season it's the most invested I've been in Arsenal, and that was prior to knowing the outcome, like of how it would end. Like we were doing watch parties for a cool minute, Rudy.
Yeah. Our fucking Fox and Hound days and shit.
You know what? I appreciate those times, and I'm gonna cherish those moments. That's what I'll say about this.
Yo, that's it. That's it. Like, listen, I've been defending them about bottling it because I think City is just a fucking ridiculous team right now, right? But if you want to call it bottling, they bottled it. Yo, but they gave me hope for 36 weeks. That's the only team in my life in the last few years that has given me hope for that long. You know what I mean? Like I'm not mad at Arsenal season right now. Like I'm not mad at all, man. Like it's. Again, like, dog, if City wasn't the monster team that they are, I'd be upset. But it's fucking City, dog. And they've been
but we kind of bottled. Look at the last 7 games.
That is fine. Look at the record, though. Look at the record, right? Look at the record this season, dog. They lost 5 games so far. Arsenal, though. Bottle job Arsenal, who fucking threw away 4th place last season. Gave fucking City a run for their money, dog. And it's still there, right? Like I'm telling you, I need City to win tomorrow, but I need them to have like 10 injuries, and then it's game on. You know what I mean? And then it's game on, because they only have like a semi-decent squad if that happens. But listen, I've been an Arsenal fan for a long ass time, dog. This is the first time in a very long time since like Pires and fucking and Henri days, dog, that I've been excited for Arsenal and the way they play. This is nice. Arteta's the man, dog. Angel.
He is.
The chat can't see you. The chat can't see you because we're on the starting soon screen. But you out here like contemplating light, like we're talking about the G's. Talk to me, baby.
Every year when I wake up to watch Arsenal in the first few weeks until they disappoint me, and they're like, ¿pa qué? ¿Pa qué? Like, ¿pa qué me amarga la vida? I'm not even from London,
I'm not even from London.
Then this year I kept waking up. Like, all right, okay. I kept waking up. I kept watching the games. I kept going out of my way to watch the games. Okay. Like, I'm like, I was like, all right. Okay. Oh, what? You're saying what? 8-point gap? What? 9-point gap? What? Oh, going to Christmas? I'm like, it's things are feeling good, but my opinion, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, and I just didn't want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it, but I think losing to Sporting in Europa League, just that was it.
Yeah, it wasn't expected for sure.
From that point on, the season just hasn't been the same, and anyone could be like, "Oh, it's affected." It hasn't. It just really hasn't. Because, I mean, the way they lost to Sporting, that crazy ass goal, la cagada from middle of the pitch is it's insane. And then obviously what happens then on an extra time, right? But you asked me, I think that's just where the turning point was, and at that point is that hope starts to fade and like fuck, and that's the problem. Like you have hope, and then, but yeah, like fuck, just I would have been okay if fuck it just at the beginning of the season like usual, don't put me through all that,
Peep game though, right? Because like every year I'm out here talking about Arsenal, like they had injury problems like the Galaxy, right? This year they had injury problems too, dog. But they pushed through it. They pushed through it for the most part. I agree though. Like I don't think like for what it takes to win the EPL and any European competition, I don't think they had the spot for it, and then the injuries.
But that's the thing, though. But that's the point, right? You hit it. It's not easy to win Premier League, and then you're competing with fucking stupid oil money. Look, I get it. Kroenke and co they're rich, but they're not oil rich. And now add Newcastle to the mix, and I'm sure they're gonna go spend stupid in the summer window. How do you compete if you're Arsenal, like in terms of the financials and yeah, but you can't. That's not sustainable. That's not sustainable in the long run in the Premier League, bro. Like if
I think listen, like the business they're doing.
I don't know, man.
Look at the spot. They're the youngest spot in the EPL, right?
Right, but now you got to go add some winners. Right now you got to go invest in some heavy hitters. Some.
They will.
Do you?
I hope so.
What do you think?
Well, and I hope
they will.
I hope so. Look, this is my hope, right? And this is the only thing. George give me shit about it. All right, it's the fact that we're finally back in Champions League, bro. After 5-6 years. Yep. So now you're gonna get that fat money, and you're gonna want to compete there. So in order to compete there in the Premier League, in order to compete in also the FA Cup and then the Carling, we're talking about 4 competitions. You have to be deep. Yeah. Like so deep, put our ass to sleep deep, And if you can't do that, that means you have to go invest, right? Otherwise, you can't. Well, I mean, you can probably use what's it called? The Carabao Cup. Sorry, I said Carling because that's just old. The Carabao Cup for the youngsters. Cool. And then whatever happens there, happens there. But the other 3, those gotta be. Probably me. Arsenal. Go ahead.
I don't know how true it is because it's like AFC stuff on Twitter or something like that. Tweeted it, but they just opened the wallet for 200 mil to Arteta. Like I think that's enough. 200 mil influx to this spot is enough to fucking put him in.
Because Arteta's not gonna spend his money stupidly either. I mean, we've seen that this year. He's like, all right, I can't get this. They want how much for that bitch ass Ukrainian food, and then Trossard's been above, and he spent way less. So I feel like they're gonna get maybe, I wouldn't say like better, like high rated players, but they'll probably get solid Premier League serviceable players.
Yeah, get what they need. I think I'm excited for it.
Well,
we'll see.
The bright side is, now they're going to play Champions League. Now people want to go there. They competed with City this year. So now you're a destination. You're a destination team. Yeah. Now you're a destination.
Really good football. Really good football. Listen, I think at the beginning of the year I said I think Arsenal's playing the best football in Europe. Like I don't think that's the case. It wasn't the case the whole year. But they're top 5 in the way they play and the way they're getting results. So, like I really like Arsenal. They can figure that out.
Dog. But like the here in the YouTube chat, bro, Man City is a cheat code, right?
Yeah. They're good, bro. Like they're again, like if we would have lost this shit to United or even to Liverpool, up in flames, though. I would have been up in flames about losing 8 points. Fucking City is just a machine, though. Fucking
I hope Pep.
Haaland and KPD. Sorry, go for it.
Yeah, no, I just hope Pep wins Champions League so he can leave.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want him to win CL, though.
I want him to win Champions League. I don't want him either. I want Inter to win, but I'm just saying because that's really what he's there for. He already won everything. So win Champions League and leave, bro. Leave me alone. Leave us alone.
Keep talking CL. That's all I need.
All right,
keep it.
You ready to get into this?
Yes, sir.
Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands, an unapologetic, unofficial LA Galaxy podcast, hosted by 4 my supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart level-headed George, and the man with the facts, Masa. This is
Good evening.
Good evening.
Pedo, loco.
How y'all feeling today, baby? Lakers lost.
Oh, it's nice, right?
Here's my thing, right? Like, I think it took the Lakers. No, the Galaxy won, and it cost the Lakers a dub. You can't have both. You know what I mean? I can't have both. I've done something wrong. I can't have both. One of them wins, the other one loses.
I mean, and Arsenal choked again over the weekend, so there's that.
True. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
We
Second
did
place.
Arsenal talk already. Chill.
Yeah. If you didn't catch the Arsenal chat, if you're on audio, go to YouTube. You can catch the Arsenal straight from the couch episode that we did.
Yeah,
right now.
that's right, baby. Fucking couch support, baby. Let's go.
Listen, I don't want to shoot the shit too much today because we have 4 fucking games to talk about, and we like to talk. So real quick, how you doing, Papa? How you doing?
I'm great.
Perfect. Masa, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, good.
Peep the chat real quick, Rudy.
Peep the chat real quick. It says, screen setup is off, baby. What's going on? Oh yeah, it is. I see it. As fuck. Let me fix that right
I
quick.
feel like Arsenal, dog. Choking when it matters. Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, all this time to prepare, dog.
Wow. I did not want to go
the
there.
camera's
Bro.
off.
Yo solo digo la verdad, loco. Yo solo digo la verdad.
Here, let me
Me
set
duele.
this up real quick. Shoot the shit for a second. Let me fix the fucking setup, and then we'll get going. Let me put Angel in the mix because Angel wasn't even here yet. Look at that.
Oh shit! Hey, look.
There you go, dog. Oh, creeper ass.
Get
This
it.
is a great podcast for the audio people because y'all ain't seeing what the fuck it's doing, so it's not even entertaining.
Well, that's why it should be
but
on
we're back.
YouTube, dog.
But we're back. Yeah, y'all
Back.
should be on YouTube. We need about 275 more of y'all before we start getting paid. So please hit the subscribe button. If you have not, hit the motherfucking like. All right, you're good. He's great. Let's move on. News, dog. Here. Let me hit you. Fuck the news. Like, it ain't even news, dog. Salaries came out today.
Uy.
The Galaxy are the second highest bill in this fucking league right now. Second to last in the league, but the second highest bill in the fucking league.
Who's number 1?
Toronto.
Oh, because of Insigne and Bernadeschi? Most
Well,
likely.
I don't even want to talk about Insigne because he's on par. He's 100K off Chicharito's salary. That's fucking
Damn,
wild to me.
dog. That is wild.
But whatever, man.
Point is, we're stupid in our contract.
Boy.
Where do you want to go with this? How do you want to? I know you
Alright.
said you wanted.
I want
lead,
you to
but
lead
I'm
it
curious.
with the salaries that you think are questionable calls.
Right now?
Do you want to start off from the beginning?
Right
All right,
now?
so let's start off with a clarification then, because I did see in shout out whoever this was on Twitter. I should have had it open. I don't want to lose this.
Alex
All
Reed,
right, cool. The Yuri Rosell thing. So I saw that 500K. I'm like, nah.
Me too.
There's got to be something else. But it turns out, I guess, that we're only paying for a portion. I think about 85K.
85K.
Yeah, 85K or so of his salary. So I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Makes me
that's
feel
all.
good about that.
It's cool. Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cross that one out. You know. Let's go top to bottom though, man. Chicha, Costa, Ricky, DPs, doesn't fucking matter, right? Obviously, it's stupid the amounts are getting paid. Ricky is underpaid in my opinion. The other two are overpaid, but doesn't really matter. DPs. Brugman just shy of 1.5, so he's at 1.4 right now.
Full time.
Yeah, full time basically, max time. I think
okay with that.
I think that's deserved. I have no beefs with it.
Yeah.
At all for that one.
Mark Delgado is I'm gonna say he's questionable to me, bro.
Really?
826,000
I'm okay with that.
of guaranteed money.
I would
starter.
have been questionable. I would have been questionable about that prior to him playing with us.
Mm-hmm.
But he's so crucial for us,
He
bro.
fits. Yep.
He's so important to this team that I'm okay with that salary.
All right.
And even underperforming, like 800K for a like day in day out starter, I'm not necessarily like bugging out, right? Like, listen, like 750 for chicken nugget, dog. Nah, I'm okay with the guy getting 800. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
That leads us to the next person, Chicky Noogie. You said 750. You're wrong, bro. It's 666,000. So you're several thousands off right there, bro. 766,000. Got the number 7. Has seen very limited minutes for a minute. He's not a sellable asset right now.
No, Mess can even make.
We talked about number 2 highest payroll. It's stupid transactions like this. Listen, Cheeky Noogie, smart. Whatever you did to bamboozle these motherfuckers, shit, I need that. Because I'm mad at him. Make your money, bro. Do your thing. Fixing his teeth, not fixing his weight. Cool. It is what it is. But respect for fixing your teeth, take care of your family, all that. Dope, bro. Fuck yeah. I'm not hating on him. I want to address that.
Yeah.
He's taking advantage of the Galaxy. Some
Play on,
pyramid
play
scheme
up.
type of shit. Whatever he's doing, respect, dog. Keep doing your shit. But Galaxy's perspective, like on the other side,
What?
but we've known this for a minute, right? We talked about this. The fact that he's getting paid that much is insane. This is ridiculous. This is why we talk about client out. This is what we talk about.
Yeah.
The front office. When we talk about the people that are responsible for the financials is for stupidity like this. It didn't even take this year. It didn't take last year. To me, it's taken for day one. This motherfucker ain't it. But that's not the point. If we wanted to make something and he'd be an asset, you saw him 2 years ago and there was some service from him.
Let me throw 2 cents in here, right? Because like when he was underperforming and I was okay, I was like, yo, like he's still young, he's still doing his thing. He wasn't carrying this weight, right? Because he was like youth player or whatever mechanism it was that the salary wasn't really counting towards the the bill, right?
Yeah,
he's a homegrown. He
that's
was on
that's
Adidas
fair.
homegrown
Yeah,
contract or some shit like that.
The dumb shit is that this organization didn't see this a mile away how it was in a balloon, and the fact that it let it get to you. You know what I mean? Like who you're banking on him and it didn't cost you anything. I'm down with that. Let's see where it rides, right? But yo, the last couple of years, like the trajectory was fucking obvious, right? Like he wasn't gonna be the player we thought he was gonna be. His contract is structured in such a way that he's gonna get paid as much. You gotta get rid of him before that, right? Like it's no way. There's no fucking way a successful fucking organization can have this.
I will say this: if you're the LA Galaxy, in my opinion, right? If I'm running the show, fuck Costa's contract, bro. I'll eat that. He stays because to me still more serviceable than Cheeky Noogie if he plays. I dropped that Cheeky Noogie contract, bro. I buy him out.
Facts. And
I buy him out because
right?
he's not. He's not giving a shit.
Yeah, he's gonna cost you $1 million to buy
Like
him out, and it opens up 750,000.
He's not proven. He's not doing anything. He's not staying away. Listen, even Costa, like I get it.
Yeah,
injured and whatever. At least he worked out. He stayed straight. He did look more powerful. Like, and I just said he's a proven asset. Yeah, but he's a proven asset. I get it. I was not happy with him coming because he's never been the game changer. He was never been that difference maker any club he's played at, despite of what happened with Bayern. That's because people are not watching these games close enough. They don't understand what he did at Bayern, right? But that's not the point. Point is, I still take my chances with Costa. Right, if we're not gonna buy out a contract, the Cheeky Noogie contract is the one you buy out right now, because that's. Listen to this. These are the players that are below him that, in my opinion, are performing a lot better, just right below him, or have shown better potential. Jovalic at 651.
Facts.
Calegari, who just had a fucking stupid game, in my opinion, against San Jose, who's at 611. Caceres, I'll let it slide. Because he's same thing. If I'm saying the same shit about Costa, I'm saying shit about Caceres. Proven, international, a lot of weight carry it. He's a starter. Yes, and he's playing his minutes. 556,000. Bondi, I'll let it slide. 525 because he's been serviceable. He's been our starter for the most part. It's fine. Those are 4 players that are below Cheeky Noogie. You see what my problem is here?
Yeah,
like if he was to tell in, let's say if he was making 200, 300K, cool. Fuck it. It's still a lot in my opinion for not doing shit.
750 is 600 of those wasn't cut into our books.
Dog, he's top 3 non-DP. Top 3 non-DP.
That fool should be on Gino Vivi's salary, dog. And that's falta de respeto a Gino Vivi, dog.
Yeah, dog, Gino actually looks better that game. Jesus Christ. All right. After that, I already mentioned that those guys. This is the other one too that to me is just stupid. But if you want to talk about the previous year, sure. Rudy, we're talking about minutes. He's giving you minutes just because we don't have anything better. Sega Koulibaly, we're talking about just a little over $500,000.
That's a little too high for me.
A little too high. That's stupid high. That's for trash. No, mejor no. Puta man. We talked about Rosell. We talked about Rosell already. So realistically, we're talking about 85K. Out there, just under 500K at 492,000. I'm okay with that. Yep. I think he's definitely. You see it. He's getting a lot better in every game so far. Another stupidity. Mavinga, 452,000. Another player who's not playing. So Koulibaly, Mavinga, two players who have seen
Oh, man.
limited minutes this year. We're talking about combined over $1 million. Or sorry,
Fine.
just shy of $1 million, or about $1 million.
You're speaking all facts, right? You're speaking all facts.
It's stupidity. Mhm.
But with Mavinga though, like I hate the fact that he's injured because he was showing lights of something that could work for us, right? Like right now, you're speaking facts. He's injured. When he's played, he's not been great. So that salary doesn't work. But like that's one like I see like I see like the
Yeah,
I see the gamble there, right? Because he could have provided something, maybe.
I see the
Right?
gamble
That's-
and the he took a big pay cut too. Like it was
That's a pay
massive.
cut.
That's a
Jesus.
pay cut. He was making like
Fuck,
close to
man.
full time at Toronto.
That's nuts, bro. My opinion, I wasn't a fan. I mean, it's fine. It is what it is, I guess. Tyler Boyd, I was a little surprised with this one. He's 350K.
Bargain,
But
bargain.
see, like
That's a
but
bargain.
I bet you
Yes.
he's gonna balloon next year though. Like he's one of
Oh
those
yeah,
contracts that like he's gonna fucking.
I
he's on
hope
a
so.
1 year contract.
Oh, is it?
It's a bargain. Though.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a 1 year
I
contract.
mean,
he's
he has to
playing
prove,
for
right?
he's playing for a contract for next season.
And in that case, like this is kudos to the fucking to the Galaxy, right? Because this is the type of shit that you want to see, right? Like Boyd right now is playing like for a better contract next year because he's on a 1 year, and we got him on a deal. Like this is good. Like this is something like fucked up that you're not getting your monies. Good fucking move on the G's for putting a contract out like that, right? I fucked with that.
Edwards, 347K.
That's all right.
I'm okay with
It's
that.
all right. Yeah, it could be. He's
That's
giving us
solid.
minutes. He's been a starter for a minute.
And Ephraim makes $760,000. So like, yeah, it's
And you know what?
fucking-
He has his moments where he's like, you're like,
Yeah.
yo, okay, now release the bar, do this. But then he has moments
Ah.
like, fuck,
Yep.
you know. So, but at least with him, there's some signs. I mean, look, I'm still not a
Mhm.
fan. I've never been a fan of his. He went through a period where he was doing solid and he was making me my words. And you know,
what's his salary?
then back me up. He's
340.
at 347.
Dog, listen.
So it's okay.
At that point, even if he's bench, because
That's not bad.
maybe not game changer, but he definitely brings different energy when he comes in the field.
Yeah,
right? Like,
and I agree,
so,
and I'm
like,
okay with it.
I'm okay with that. Yeah,
I'm
that's
fine. No issues. Yes. This one I had an issue with because he's not seeing him for shit. Kevin Leardom, bro, at 335,000. Why?
I don't know. He filled the spots at the beginning of the season, and he's serviceable in different positions.
I'm okay with that. Like that's also like, listen, these are
He makes as
professional
much.
athletes.
Well,
Right?
he
These are
makes as
professional
much
athletes.
as what Edwards.
Look, I get it. Look, I'm not knocking them for what their valuation is. My beef is the players that we have, and for that amount of money, you can tell me we can't do better.
I don't know. Can we? Like you
but-
legit were surprised that Mavinga took a pay cut, right? That means that his evaluation at Toronto was a lot higher than we do
But
here.
that's my point, though. Right, but that's my point. It's our front office is.
Well, but then again,
Like-
but I don't think it's a Galaxy thing at that point. It's a league thing, right? Because if we're now having a problem with Mavinga's salary, that it's already at a pay cut. The league at one point valued him for a lot more. So like, it's hard to do that because the interleague fucking.
But right now we're not
salaries
talking
are
about Mavinga though. We're talking about Kevin Leardom, bro. I mean, I get it. He comes from where? Seattle? Where do you get him from?
Yeah.
So maybe
we got him from
you're
Seattle.
probably right. I mean, I guess we're either. But fuck, you tell me we can't find someone else at that value within the league for something similar. It is what it is, I guess, at this point. Point is, we're talking about just contracts. We're like, what? And that's one to me where I'm just not content with. This one, I'm confused with it. Help me. Help
Help
me
me.
I understand this. My boy, dog, Johnny Perez, 283K.
Okay.
Good for you.
Well, he
But-
just-
Then
Well, we
why
were
are
gonna
we
lose him.
playing him?
remember
Oh, no, I
told you
get
we
it.
were gonna
Yeah, I
lose
get
him?
it. Yeah, we're going to lose him. You give him that contract. I get it. You're banking on the fact that you're going to sell him. Right? That's my opinion because you're not playing him. But
Yeah, I
he's
don't-
wasting his time at G's 2 right now. We're talking about game changers. Someone, he hasn't gotten a single look.
Do you think that?
Not one.
you
there's
think
something
that
there though.
He's what? He's 17, right?
So the fuck what?
No. I'm just asking if he's 17. I'm not saying
17,
because he's
18,
17
I don't
shouldn't be
know.
fucking playing.
That's what it felt like. Fuck you.
No, I'm just saying. Do you think that they think that he's not ready because of his
There's
age?
a reason why I'm not a Galaxy coach. Apparently, I don't know shit about football, you know. But
Look,
I see
there
something
has to be something. There has to be because I see like there's talent 100%. With Perez, there's talent 100%. Like you could tell, like there's natural talent,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
But there's
I
something
would
there
play
that-
him over Chicken Nugget.
But
Every
but-
but that's
opportunity I
the
get.
that's what I'm saying. But there has to be something there that he's not even making the 18. right? I don't know what it is. Maybe it is that what I'm saying. Like maybe they think he's not ready. They don't want to expose him to that.
We don't
Whatever it
have
is, like,
wingers. He's a natural winger, and he's fucking good. I
again, like,
point is
there's some, there has
point
to be
is
something there because there's not even
it,
an 18 there. You know what I mean?
unless it's one of those things where they probably expect him to be sold somewhere. Some people are eyeing him, right, and say, "Hey, fuck it, let's lock him up." I'd rather pay him D's too, where maybe he's not as intense. Keep him from getting injured. His value maintains. Maybe I don't know.
It's
But
weird.
right now, I just don't get it. Right now, I just don't get it with Johnny. But like if someone out there knows this, here's the shit. They know something I don't know. Feel me? Listen, I don't have to share it in the pod. I just need some peace of mind because to me, right now, he's the best prospect I think we've had in a minute.
I got peace of mind. I got peace of mind because at least it pays, man. You know what I mean? I hope he's.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
I'll be smart.
Yeah.
He's saving up. He's stacking up some money because, like, yo, he's getting money to practice this shit. So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Pettis to me is probably one of the best players that we've had through our academy.
yo, we got
It's
4
insane.
games to cover. I'll kind
All
of
right,
move on for
cool.
this. Last thoughts,
Rodriguez
anything else?
210, he's fine. Klinsmann 200, he's fine. For Kranis 138, Neil 138, Saldana 93, Aguirre 85, Zavaleta 85, Judd 67, Gino and Novak at 67 respectively. So the rest of that is standard. It's
Dog.
fine.
Dog. The fact that fucking Efra makes 600K more than fucking Neil is disgusting.
That's
bro.
all right though, because next season
It's
is gonna be
disgusting, dog. Like,
next season when we're trying to re-up, man, to renew his contract. It's gonna be expensive.
he's gonna
as
get
fuck.
paid. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna get paid. I hope he does too. He's a fucking baller. Yo, listen, straight up, like, out of all the shit, out of all the salaries, all the shit deals that we have, like that fucking everything is wild to me. I can't get past that, bro. Like that's ridiculous, man.
I mean, at least fucking just pay him fucking a minute, bro, for that for the money you're paying him.
No, please.
That is
Oh,
fucking
man, but
nuts, man.
Anyways, that's where we're at with that, and I just wanted to share. I talk about it because it was some of it was just like, what? Wow. Thankfully,
Yeah.
I thought it could have been worse. I don't think it's as bad now. Once you go through all of them, the majority, okay, makes sense. But there's a couple in there, 2, 3, 4, that you're like,
You-
one
you
of
know
them, you're
what,
like,
Angel?
oh.
You know what, Angel? It doesn't even make sense though, right? Like it's just the fact that we're Galaxy fans and this is almost acceptable. You know what I mean? Like that's the fucked up part. It doesn't make sense. It's just almost acceptable, so we're taking it as such. Like, pinche Galaxy, duh. All right. Listen. Let's set the tone a little bit, right? Because we can finally talk about some fucking Galaxy dubs.
I got back to back, baby. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. Let's start off at fucking Let's start
Seattle.
off at Seattle versus Galaxy Open Cup game. Boys, this one. Or let's go through it, right? Let's go through the lineup real quick. Galaxy came out with
Just run
Bond.
that shit. Go.
Bond for the first time after 7 weeks was out there. Caligari, Cáceres, Neo, Aude, Boy, Delgado, Brookman, Vivi, Chicharo, and Pooch. Right?
I called this lineup.
I think he did, yeah. That's a lot of players that are in our first team
Mm-hmm.
Good.
versus a Seattle team that did not have a lot of players that are in the first team.
That's
their
not my
problem.
problem.
Yep.
I'm not here. Listen to me out. I'm trying to frame something. Here.
I am. I'm trying to be fast.
I'm trying to frame something here. The Galaxy, based on the team they put out there, should have a cakewalk because they're playing a lower team, right? And they started off really fucking well because a few minutes in, Auda picks up the ball on the left hand side, a little bit of space, puts in a cracker, and we have a fucking banger of a goal. Like a few minutes in, that shit got me excited, bro. The Auda take got me excited. I was like, oof, we're gonna rip them wide open, right? And then the following 10 minutes, dog, I swear to God, I think the Galaxy should have been down 2-1.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds accurate.
It's crazy to me how that happens.
It's not to me though. We've talked about this in the past. Galaxy have, I'm gonna say, since Bruce left, consistently played to the level of their opponents. Why that is, I have no answer for you. This is we're talking about forever. I would say the only outliers there is the Zlatan years, but even then, we were for the most part, our team was playing ass. We just had fucking Zlatan, which is probably one of the greatest players ever to live, right? That's Zlatan shit. But this is our MO. This is the Galaxy's MO. Listen, we can dissect this game. We can rip them a new one for the fact that we couldn't beat a Tacoma. Well, we did beat them, but essentially it was Tacoma Defiance, right? That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It was ugly. It was not ideal. We found a way to win.
Yeah,
And I get it. Like I get it. And listen, I know what you guys gonna say. I get it. Absolutely. But do you see this happen in Europe, in their league games, right? I mean, they're in their cup games. You see this shit happen all over the place. This is not abnormal at that level. You have some teams that step up. Listen, some teams just want to. These kids from Tacoma, they had nothing else to prove. Say, fuck it, I'm going up against. I mean, they had everything to prove, right? I have to go. I'm playing. Yeah, right. Nothing to lose. Exactly. They're gonna play their hearts out. Whereas our players, they have a history of thinking, oh shit, we talked about this early on in the pod where, oh, these players think they're hot asses play for the fucking Galaxy, and here comes these team whooping your ass left and right. You haven't shown shit. These guys haven't shown shit. So these kids are coming and they're making them actually hustle, right, and play. So I think by the time they realize, like, oh shit, this is not gonna be a cakewalk, they were behind the 8 ball in getting rhythm for the game. And I don't think they ever really got rhythm for the game. It just happened to be their talent that put them through.
Yep. Listen, I everything you said, yes, right. And when I'm saying how, I don't even I get why it happened, but what I don't understand is the attitude of the fucking players, right? Like knowing you've been shit and knowing the fact that there's a fucking skill gap, right? Because even in Europe, I think the skill gap between the first team and second team is less than it is in MLS. But the fact that you don't just step on their throats, knowing that you need a fucking victory because you're a shit right now, baffles me, right? And I get it. Like it shouldn't because it's a constant thing. You're 100% right. It's still though, like it baffles me, dog. The fact that these fools can't come out here and just be some killer shit, right? Sorry, Mas, I interrupted you. You were gonna say?
I don't even remember.
My bad, dog. My bad. Listen, Gloria, you're fucking right? Gloria in the chat says, "Que más quieres, Rudy? Deja nada en paz." Fuck yeah, because the boys ended up winning 3-1.
But this is the thing, though. Like
that reminded me.
I remember what I wanted to say. So go ahead.
That shit, at this point, dog, it's not about performance. So it doesn't matter.
It's just win.
Yeah. I
I
said a million times on here, dog, I'd rather play ugly and just get a result. Give me a result.
I agree. And the fact that I don't think they play ugly, just that they don't know how to fucking score. And they
that's on that, to me that falls on one person in these past 2 games.
Yep. I agree. They won 3-1. So like again, at the end of the day, like that's what we needed. Right? We advanced to the next round, and of course it's against Lavas, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But they got the job done.
To make you feel a bit better, Rudy, Tacoma Defiance is in first place in the Pacific Division by a lot. For the most part, only Vancouver is right there with them, and that's again we never talked about the academies episode, but most of the teams in the league, most of the teams in the league have better academies, right? So we thinking about playing academy players, like in this case, Tacoma Defiance, MLS Next team. For the most part, every team has a better academy than we do, or second team. That's why we're losing every fucking game. Like Galaxy 2 right now is ass, bro. Like they're ass. You have your few players are standouts,
and we have a lot of young players too.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like we have, and these guys are not the case. Like we have a lot of these Defiant players are actually seeing a lot of Seattle like main team minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
listen, scored the second goal on the weekend in his Seattle.
Yep.
Listen, and that does make me feel better, right? Because if you're saying they're top of their conference in however that works, like then the skill gap is a lot shorter. But still, like again, my frustration is because I want to see reaction. And I didn't get it, but we did get a 3-1. Masa, you touched on this right now, and let's start here. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna take that when we talk about the San Jose game. But Chicharito in this game,
trash can. He kills all fluidity, like Angel message in our fucking. I don't know, bro.
He just doesn't look good. I think you're right. I think he does kill the shit, but also like they're just missing a beat, right? Because I've seen Chicharito make some really good runs that if they release the ball, like he's on, right? And then like they don't, so then he's out of the play, right? Again, I've seen this. Listen, and more so,
we're not talking about this past game. I mean, or about the game we're talking about, right? The U.S. Open Cup. That was not the case. I don't think we're seeing eye to eye with this right now because I totally disagree. I think this is probably one of the worst games he's ever had in his life with us.
Oh, I think both back-to-back games. But again, and I think it's the Cosby eye because they're not in sync, right? Like he's looking to do something that the rest of the players are not looking to do, right? And that's including coming down and trying to receive the ball where he's receiving it, and then not being able to handle a pass, which is what like I really think fucked up the team, right? Because even if he goes into the positions and he gets the ball and he distributes and makes another run, I think that works. But the
But
fact
even when
that's
he was setting up his distribution was ass.
yeah,
Like everything
yeah,
was.
yeah, his touch. Talk about it. Talk about it because yes,
The fact that we're talking about Chicharito. Well, you know what? No, this has been his MO though. He's never had the best touch.
This is
okay, yeah,
facts.
He's
but
never had that.
but what does he have though?
That he
What is
Off
he
the
known
drops,
ball,
for?
receives the ball,
off the ball movement and
movement
finishing
and
in the
finishing.
box.
Not recently though, right? Like that's the problem. I understand. I
Yeah,
understand what you're
100%.
talking about, like the touching, like, but still, like if you're dropping in there, like you have to do better than what you're doing. Or else just it'd be
he's
stuff.
killing the flow. He's killing the flow right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I every time, and again, like is those when he's
Oh,
dropping in.
fuck you, Chewy. There you go.
Listen, it's a situation, right? Because like the runs I'm talking about, and again, if you didn't see this game, we'll talk about it more in San Jose game because I saw it in San Jose game again. Is that thing like he's not in sync with like who he needs to be, right? And that is Pooch. Like he needs to be fucking Siamese twins, like just fucking Dragon Ball Z fusion type of shit with Pooch, so they the same wavelength and fucking connecting all the time. But they're not right now, right? Because like Pooch is looking to do something else, so Cheech making runs. Cheech is dropping in when Pooch is looking to give a pass. Like that disconnect is even more so. Is even more so problem than the back touch. I think the back touches are throw everything off. You're 100 right. But if we're not getting Chicharito in scoring positions, and we're complaining because he's dropping in and touching the ball, is because we're not finding him in scoring position. That's the real problem.
I don't know if I agree, man.
But then we'll talk about San Jose because San Jose, I think.
Okay, well, point is, sometimes he's dropping so deep when the rest of the team is trying to push up. You see the the makeshift wingers push up alongside Ricky, where they're pushing up in essentially the line of three, and for some reason the dumbass is dropping instead of trying to split the defenders or make a move or make a run. He's dropping. So so you see Bush say, all right, cool, I'm gonna hit you on this dime, turn, do something with it. I'm gonna trust you. You're dropping into this for a fucking reason. He's getting the ball and he's killing the fucking momentum.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but again, like listen, even at those times, like a lot of times when he's dropping in, is because he had made the initial run and it wasn't a pass, so now he's kind of waiting for the play developing and stays behind. Again, not what I want to see from him, period. Anyways, right? Because like not his MO. And what is his MO, he's missing because he's staying behind, he's not being the one leading the lines. A little frustrating though, and we see this shit happen too often when he's not getting the balls. Right? Every time we see Chicharito go through his slumps, it's because he's not getting balls where he needs them, and he wants to be involved in the play earlier to get the move that he wants. It's not happening, and it didn't really happen against fucking what's the team name? What's the USL Pro?
Tacoma Defiance.
Tacoma.
They didn't really happen against Defiance either, right? It took fucking Memo to come in.
Yeah.
It took fucking Super Memo to come in, and with his first touch off a corner, just puts the first one away.
That was a banger. I like that goal a lot.
I like it too because it's simple. Like he just put it away. Like it wasn't, nothing fancy about it. He fucking put it right where he needed to. It was a goal. And then he gets the second one too. Like a good finish on the second one too, in my opinion. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, it was. I agree.
Doesn't
100%.
no bullshit either. You know what I mean? Just
One-time
like
finish.
yep, figures it out. Like and shout out to him, right? Because
Shout out to him because he has been serviceable despite having to play in a position that's not his.
yeah,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm still not a
I
fan.
appreciate
I'm still
that.
not a fan in that role, and I'm gonna hold it. He's definitely better in that center mid spot, or really supporting in there in some capacity, but not in the wing. But fuck it, he's trying and he's hustling. I'm okay with that right now. It's not his fault that he's the one that's being played out there.
you know what I like? I like the fact that the last game we saw him, he had a real shit game where he couldn't pass the ball, and I was like, get the fuck out of the team, like all that, right? And it comes back around the second game, or when he gets the next up, and he scores 2 goals. And I think he did well against San Jose too. Like again, I fucks with that, right? Because he's right. He got a chance, got on the bench, and came back and responded. Fucks with that. He gave us 2 goals.
That's
We
being
got-
mentally strong. I like that.
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
more of that. Yes, I
Some
like
grit
that.
there. Yep.
Pero los
Letting it
demás,
go, though. Letting it go, which is unfortunate, but 3-1 victory. We'll move on. Now, again, let's not talk about that. We knew who the potential opponent would be next
We knew who it was gonna be. Stop acting. We all know.
from the fucking
Fucking,
jump, right? Like it was like, oh, okay, like so we're playing them next.
it's BR football, bro. It's that contract that was signed with them. I'm sure they need some people to watch. Jump in
Yeah,
there and
we
do
need
it.
some
Stream that
fucking.
shit on there. Yeah, come on.
Let me make
Come
the
on.
numbers. So we take on Levas at Levas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's the date on that? You guys know? Remember the date? Top of the head?
Next Tuesday. I don't know.
There you go. One of these days.
The 20,
7:30.
20 odd. Uh,
27, I believe.
there we go. Do we have a chance to talk about that? Do we talk about that next week?
Sure.
Nah, because it's a Tuesday game. We're not
So
gonna be
we're
able to
not.
talk about it.
So we're not gonna talk about it. Real quick. That's a game that they're gonna get up for. That's a game that you're gonna see a lot of starting players for our side. I'm not sure what levels are doing, but for our side, we're gonna
No,
see a lot of players.
23rd. Gloria. Just
Thank you, Gloria.
shout out Gloria.
Appreciate you. Yep.
Oh,
Producer Gloria in the chat, letting us know what the date is. But yeah, like straight up, like that's a game they're gonna get up for, right? So I really think there's a good chance of us advancing here, and actually making a run of the Open Cup because of
It's
who
gonna
we
be
drew.
tough for us though.
Yeah, I agree, but listen, if there's one thing you could bank on, because the best we've seen the Galaxy is against that match against Levas, and it's because it was Levas. So you could bank on
I
this.
don't
for
like
getting
the
up for this
travel.
match.
I don't like the travel. Because it's a Tuesday game, not a Wednesday game. We're playing DC on Saturday. We're playing
Yeah.
Columbus tomorrow. It's just gonna be
that East Coast swing.
yeah.
I think they get up for it.
We.
I really
I'm not saying they won't, but I'm just saying like that. I think I
not
don't
too
know.
much.
It's a
many
derby,
games.
bro. Who gives it? Who knows?
Yeah, listen, the Alonso Gar, I think that's what it is. Yo, you're fucking right, but like I've been less this year, but I really think against Levas, these will always get up. So I think there's a good chance of us advancing there. Listen, we'll let you know how it rolls out next week. I think, and we'll talk about it, but. We got too many fucking games to talk about, so we're gonna keep it moving. 3-1 victory advance. We play Levas next week, and then we had Saturday game, another rivalry game against
Sunday game.
San
Sunday game.
Sunday
Jose.
game. Sorry, against.
Shout out to all the
Bucks.
mommies.
San Jose.
Yeah. Happy late Mother's Day to all the beautiful ladies, especially if you're a mother and you're a G fan. Fucks with you heavy. There we go. Galaxy versus San Jose. Lineup stay pretty close to what we saw, with the exception of Memo Rodriguez coming in. We went out with Bond, Calegari, Cáceres, Neo, Aude, Boy, Delgado, Brookman, Memo, Chicharito, and Puig, and Chicharito. Similar lineup, but the formation was back to the
4-3-3.
4-3-3, right? Or 4 and 6 attacking.
Like, I don't know what the fuck I've been talking about.
Nada, es que vos no sabes nada de fútbol, cerote.
Yo no sé ni verga, dog.
No sabes ni pija, man.
Masa, so I know you were pleased by that.
100%.
I know you're pleased by that. I was okay. Like, we need something, so I'm down with that. Angel, any thoughts on Wing Solid's lineup? I know you wanted somebody else instead of Memo. I'm sure that's the case.
Me too, though.
I just wanted somebody else instead of Memo, but I couldn't get mad at it after the performance he had against Seattle. You gotta respect that.
I wanted to. I know you're not a fan, Rudy.
Yeah,
I wanted to see Manny give Gino another run, because I think he was okay.
We didn't talk about him, but I thought he had a good game.
Oh shit!
But we'll talk about that. We gotta go. We have shit to talk about. We'll talk about. We'll go back.
My point is, I wanted to see Gino get another run. But like, I'm not mad at this lineup because it's our strongest lineup.
Yeah. Again, Memo deserved it, right? And I agree with, for that last week, that was a strong lineup because Memo wasn't for me. Just coming off and scoring 2 goals, you don't bench him, I think, right? So I think it was the right move. Still though, a little worried because of San Jose, and they've been really well. They played real well this season, right?
You know what? I felt a lot better when I saw Kid Cowell wasn't playing.
Yeah. He was with the national team, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that could expose us on the wing. That was on speed. Like, we've been exposed already, and that got that pace. So I agree with Massa. On that shit. But stop me if you heard this before, right? We look really fucking good the first 15 minutes.
Oh.
Don't we have the chances?
I don't agree. I don't agree. I think we started off shaky. I think San Jose was a better team in the
Like
first 10, 15 minutes. I think you're tripping fucking balls.
Yeah,
Masa, who's
possibly.
better?
Don't we have the Chicha
I
chance? Don't we have
They had
Chicha
more.
chances?
I think that was a little bit later, but they had the first
Okay,
look.
maybe.
They were dominant in the first 10, 15 minutes. I was like, yo, I don't know if
I
this
didn't see
4-3 was it
that.
for us because I wasn't.
What
I
the
felt like
fuck?
we were sitting in our box.
I would say this
in our
much.
half.
I was
I smoke a
Maybe
lot,
like
so
a
you might be
45,
right, though.
55, but that's how I remember it. I
I
mean,
was
Chad,
not pleased with the
Chad,
first
back
half
me
at
up
all.
here.
So.
Chad, back me up here. I don't know.
Oh no,
That's how I remember it.
Like straight up, I remember like thinking like, yo, we should be up or not 3-0, 2-0, because Chicha had like really ridiculous clear opportunities that are ridiculously irresponsible for him to miss. Like
We
the
did.
one he's
We had a lot more. I will say, I'm just saying in the first 10, 15 minutes, San Jose was just kind of bouncing the ball around in our box. They only had one real look in like the first 2-3 minutes. They didn't create anything out of that movement in our box. There was very few minutes where we actually pushed into theirs. But I think after those 15 minutes, we kind of settled into the game and we just took over from that point on. And for the rest of that half, while it wasn't maybe as fluid, we definitely were on the front foot and created the more dangerous opportunities. Now,
no, like I remember
I
in
don't
the
know,
first
bring me up
half.
here.
I even remember first half fucking thinking Aldo had Espinosa in his back pocket.
100%.
Yeah,
That
but
doesn't-
that's
He nullified him.
That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm not saying that I literally just said they didn't create any opportunities apart from like one in the first 2 minutes. I think it was a Bobisi or somebody like off of a header or some shit. But point is, what I'm getting at is that they were kind of bouncing around, kicking the ball around in our box. They weren't creating anything with it. It was fucking boring. I'll tell you that. But it took us a minute to actually win that ball and start playing our game and implementing ourselves upon them, essentially really imposing ourselves on their half. But I remember that shit was like fucking 15 minutes into the game before we actually took over.
Okay, fair enough. I definitely didn't feel that, right? Like I thought, and maybe it
You were
was
high,
because of the
dog.
opportunities they create. That's always fucking true. I'm high right now. That's always fucking true. But like I do remember like the Galaxy, like, feeling like the Galaxy, and again maybe because of the chances created, having the best of that, right? And let's talk about some of his chances because Memo sets up Cheech.
That was beautiful, bro.
And the way Cheech needs to be set up, like the ball that Cheech always is waiting for, right?
Shout out to Ricky Pooch, dog. Outside the foot pass, Memo brings it down perfectly, and he
Yeah.
sees Chicha makes that run. Perfect touch,
dog.
fool.
Stupid,
Perfect touch.
yeah.
I was like,
Megs him,
damn.
right?
Nah. He just puts
Was
it
Meg?
behind.
No, it was just around the player.
And I was like, man, finally, dog. Memo's
sling.
about to fucking make Angel eat his words, you know? I'm thinking in the back of my
sets
head,
him
dog.
up, man. He
And
sets
then-
him up.
You good looking out, Cheech.
Damn. On
Most
the Asian
baby.
shit, yo,
Hey,
yo,
it's not
bro,
my beef,
that's
dog.
wild though, man. That is, I was fucking bugging.
And then he had Delgado making the run too, bro. Like if he chose to pass instead,
I
you know?
also feel
Well, I
like
mean,
that-
I'm not mad. He's a fucking striker, but God,
I kind of feel like the guy should have busted his balls in between the pole and got there. You know what I mean? Like just fucking gone for it. But whatever. That doesn't mean the points. I think Cheech should fuck with
He
the guy
should-
because
no.
Cheech should have finished that, dog.
It's unacceptable for him.
That's-
I'm sorry. For that money
That's
you're
our
making,
fucking
you,
DP.
talk about
Our
you know
captain.
being your mentalness and all that. You know that how he works on his mentals and shit like that. It's for shit like that, bro. Like this is not the first time we've seen that this season.
Nope. Bro. Bad. It's just bad. Like what the fuck, right? And then there's a ball. I think Caligari plays him. That breaks line and it finds him running to a second post. And I'm not sure what he tried to do. I think he might have like stomp it maybe, or I don't know what the
I
fuck
think
his
he
intention was.
I think he kind of lost balance, and he
He's
really
kinda-
couldn't figure out what he wanted to do. Like
Look,
it was really awkward. Whatever he did was just very awkward. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Was it kind of like over the top? I don't remember. Yeah.
It was nice curve in and it broke the line. Like it found Cheech in the second post. Like again, what I
Another
imagine
one.
like a striker like
Another
him
one.
like is looking for, right? Because you come into
Yeah.
that, but he approaches it like so weird, where like he's in front of it and he like is using like the inside.
I know
I
George.
don't know what the fuck.
I know George's not gonna listen to this podcast, but George puts that away.
I think
He
so.
won't, he can't ever prove I said this shit, but George puts that shit away, and he's not
No,
getting
it's-
paid millions of
I
dollars.
would put that away, dog.
I don't know. You might
crazy.
pull something, but George puts that shit away.
I put that away.
Dog, that's
Yeah, my surprise trying to go with
And that's
Chen
two.
and he missed it. But
that's
like,
two. That's two.
yeah, and like
In a
pretty
matter
quickly.
of a few minutes. Yes,
Yep.
exactly. Dog, fucking Yeah, I wanted him back.
And then to me, two things happen, right? I think now is back-to-back games where you're like really underperforming, and I think Pooch has enough of your shit because after
I
that,
think so
like
too.
I think it was more noticeable. Like the runs that he was making were getting just completely ignored. Like where Pooch were
Fuck
like
this. He
see
took
it
some
and then
shots
kind of
himself. Yep.
cut out, look for exterior pass. Like
Yeah, he
I'm
played
not
out
mad at
wide more
him.
than I've seen him play. I'll be
Yeah,
honest with you. And
I'm
Cheech, I
not
mean Cheech, Ricky, and I think that's
Pooch.
probably why. Yeah, I see him play out wide more than I've seen him play. Like play the balls out to the wide areas more than
And
I.
then that in return now causes fucking now causes Chiefs to like try to be involved in the play earlier, dropping in, and then my God, could that guy not control a ball? Like his mind was looking to look for the contact for the foul. He was you know what I mean trying to posture up and make the space for the ball before he even got there and then never get there. Like everything he was trying was not happening. His one time touches try to turn around like just kind of bounce off of him. Like it was just it was it's oh my God, it was chicken nugget esque. You know what I mean? Like where like he couldn't find
Damn, dog.
anything else,
I'm gonna be disrespectful, but Cheek Inugi has a better touch right now.
bro.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
Prove me wrong, somebody.
I'm not gonna argue. I'm not
Prove me
gonna
wrong,
argue too hard on
somebody.
that.
I'm
I hate
Alexa
to-
play "Sad But True" by Metallica.
Chill, dog. We're about dog. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is our
That's-
captain, our DP, our guy who's gonna take us to the promised land, right? Like he wants to win chips.
Yeah, me too.
I don't get it, man. I really don't fucking
I
get
do.
it. It's
Just not
you
it.
do. It's not it.
He's not it. He's not
You
it.
know, I had a conversation with Anna, and she was like, "You think he'll stay next year?" I was like, "I hope not."
Fuck no.
I said, "I hope not." I like Cheech, bro. Like I was like,
Mm.
I know we were talking with the Pods BFFs about this, and I was definitely one of the ones that I was excited about Cheech because yo, like stupid as fuck, but like his characteristics is what I want in a striker, right? Like that moves behind the back and looks together. It just hasn't worked out for him with the G's. Like he had one successful season, I think. Or
Give me Eden Dzeko, bro. Give me that if that's the case.
I don't want that. I don't want. But listen, maybe whatever. The point is not Cheech, right? And I'm kind of glad that it's his last season. Like kind of fucked up that he triggered the clause that gave him next season, right? Because I would have been okay with him leaving last season. But like we got to write it out, and then he has to go too. Like which is okay. Because I think if we make something out of the season, next season having those DP spots open, we can have hope.
Only thing
again.
I'll say about that is he hit his numbers. He hit his clause.
Yeah.
More power to him.
He
That's
deserves
not
it,
on
yeah.
him. He deserves it. Yep.
Bad game for him, but we figure it out. Second half.
Back-to-back games.
Yeah.
Don't forget the one that, and I'll let him slide on this one a little bit because it was mid-range and that's very difficult. But fucking Tyler Boyd also got him in a really dangerous spot.
Oh yeah, but it was
Yep.
high.
Yeah, it was a little high. Listen,
That's
I
tough.
expect better.
Cheech is on his, but Cheech, if Cheech is on, he's getting on freight. Bare minimum.
He finds a way. Yes, he finds a way,
Like,
and that's the only knock. I get it. It was a little high, close range, a lot of power, difficult to control. But for that money, for your track record, for all the types of dumbass goals you scored, I expect better.
Yeah, no, 100%, and we should because we pay him that much, and he's our captain.
Yep.
So we should, right? But we figure it out in the second half. Memo puts in a nice whip ball into first pole. That fucking Cáceres fights and gets in there. Second pole beats the keeper. Bitch ass Pooch is trying to fucking take that away from him. I think that the on the TV the card said Ricky go Pooch, but
Ricky, even on
never got touched on that
ESPN,
shit.
that shit came through as
it?
Ricky. Yeah, Lisa got the alert. Yeah.
Motherfucker never got a touch on that. I love Ricky, dog.
Nah, I
he
didn't.
go because that's got
Nah,
goal,
but
man.
you know what though? He was like, I don't know if when they panned to him, he was like,
Yeah, he's like, I didn't touch it. Yeah, we were like, because that's when they were screaming Ricky Pooch inside the stadium. He was like, what?
Okay, yeah, I'll tell you. But it was a good goal though, right? In the set piece goal, something that we don't see happening.
That's
for us
2
out there,
games
right?
in a row, baby.
Yeah, listen, we give them up, but this time, like again, I said it 2 weeks in a row, we put a goal in set piece.
2 games.
I said 2 games, 2 games in a row.
Yeah, he said 2 games in a row.
2 goals in 2 games in a row, like coming off of
Abrí los
coming off
oídos.
corners. I like it, right? And I like it. Listen, Memo and then Cáceres, especially when Cheech is playing like the way he is, I'm glad there's somebody else unlikely heroes fucking stepping up right now, right? And that's a goal, man. And I think that kind of releases the valve a little bit because I think San Jose, especially
Yeah.
second half, we're a little more defensive. Where the at 0-0 would have been okay with them. I
After
feel like.
after the goal, it's crazy how much a goal changes it because I didn't see anything from the G's that I was like, okay, we're gonna win this game. After we score the goal, it's like they hit a switch.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're gonna play better. Everything was a little more fluid, and I
Except
hate
for
that.
Chicha.
It's yeah, I hate that. That's where we're at with this team. Like it has to, like you can't just play like that from the jump,
No.
right? It has to be something.
Something
that
has to
triggers.
happen. Yep.
Yeah, that's just
Yep.
annoying.
It is. It's fucking super annoying. We saw Aguirre come in for Boyd. I like Aguirre, man. I like Aguirre so much.
I love Aguirre.
No,
Aguirre's dope.
like
We talked about him early on.
everywhere.
He's actually in
Yeah,
shape. He
that's
got
what I'm
buff.
saying.
He looks like a little
Right?
snack down there with
Yo.
that 2-year-old. Oof, man.
He's looking the part, right? Like, and again, like,
Yeah, he's
if we're
doing
talking,
everything he had to as a professional. Respect to him.
listen, without the experience, without the leadership that Vasquez and Sasha had for us, this athlete right now is putting in all that work that those guys couldn't anymore, right? I fucks with this heavy, bro. Because if you're gonna tell me this that we're gonna have Aguirre and whether it's gonna be a right back or it's gonna be a right wing or it's gonna be a CM, he's gonna come in there with
Wherever.
that energy and,
Yeah.
and make simple passes that move the team forward. I'm sold. Like I get it.
He
He's
had
not
a
starter right now.
very important play
Oh, yeah.
on the wing, and he
By the end
chased
line.
it all the way to the end
Mhm.
line, bro. And it was like this was not getting past me, and that's that. And he fucking kept at it, and man, I saw
love
that.
shit, man.
This is my dude, bro.
I know
He never puts a foot down, bro. Like, or he hasn't yet. I don't want to say he ever does, but up to this season so far, any minutes he's gotten, he's made the best out of it,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
solid.
Listen, I know Angel said we talk about him a lot, but like we also talk about effort and he's Saz, right? So I want to make sure we're talking about like the players that were not as
No.
and
What I want to say is
flowers
that we
because-
talked about him a lot at the beginning, like
Yeah.
how different he looked. That's what I meant to say. I mean, like actually we don't talk about
Oh,
him enough. I'm
enough,
saying at the
right?
beginning of the season, like we talked a lot about how he looked the part. He looked like he put in that work. Like he was looking like an athlete. We compared him about last season to this, like motherfucker look yoked down, like at the shirt.
Yeah.
He looked like
Fucking
me a little bit,
broad ass shoulders,
you
though.
know?
Like, yo, like,
you know.
yeah.
But you
listen,
know, he's doing the part. Whatever he's doing, that's why. Remember, we joked about this early on. Like, yo, take Cheeky Noogie with you, bro. What's up? You know.
just bring him along. Like, hey, come here, dog. I got something. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I did want to talk about it because I thought, like, again, he came in the 75th minute, and there was an impact there, right? Like, not game changing, but like you felt like we need different energy. We needed
It was an impact.
somebody.
Yep,
Yeah,
I like that.
it.
Mhm.
So I fucks with it.
You didn't really
and
need
then
a game changer in the attack,
No.
though. You needed a game changer in terms of physicality before they start pressing you. So that's a
and
different type
keeping the
of game
tempo
change
and keeping
than
the
what we
tempo.
were referring to. Yes, so that's what we needed at the time. Hey, listen, that's a good move by Vanny. I'll give him that.
Yeah. No, and again, like it also like the difference in the squad right now. Like I know, like I'm not trying to sell this to you, right? But like
No, you're not
for
gonna sell
this-
me.
for this game alone, like having
Yeah.
him over having Sasha or Victor to plug into the middle, like it was there, right? Also, like plug him instead of fucking Rosell. Rosell.
Yeah,
Rosell,
yes,
like,
yeah.
like plugging him instead of him, like I like that, man. I really fucks with it. So just want to shout out him out there. Then we have like a real big impact play, impact sub in the 90th minute. In the
No,
90th
wait,
minute.
wait. Before we get
Okay.
there,
Go for it.
like around the 80th minute, I don't know if you guys noticed, Chicha looks over at the bench, and I think Banny's asking him, "Are you good?"
Mhm.
And you can see Chicha just nod his head like, "Yes." Like I'm assuming that's what that was, right?
I see one. Yeah.
We take off on a fucking counter like 2 minutes later, and my man standing still. Like, why the fuck? Like,
Why
and
not
I
get the
understand I understand that impact play in the 90th minute, but man, that should have been a sub when you asked. Because if you're asking, you obviously see something, and I have an issue with that.
Well, listen, I have.
I don't
issues
know,
on
man.
both.
You gotta put some. You gotta respect it a little bit, though. You gotta ask just because he's your DB player, he's your leader. You can't be like, I'm subbing you out. If you ask him, you putting some trust in him, and you expect as a player, as your captain, you're supposed to be doing what's best for the team. You're supposed to be doing what's best for the team. That's selfishness. That was not. But I'm okay with Vanny asking him, "Yo, can you go?" Because I'm trusting you. You have X amount of years of experience playing with X amount of teams, winning X amount of championships. I'm gonna trust you right quick. Are you good?
But
I
sometimes you gotta
expect an
make the
honest
call
answer from you.
though. If you
No,
see it,
I get it. I get it. But maybe
but
he wasn't convinced yet at that point. That's what I'm getting. Like maybe Vanny was not convinced yet, saying I need to put him out right now. Because listen, for as shit he was putting the energy. He had a work rate was fine. I'm not gonna knock him for his work rate.
yeah,
it was
that's
just
never
bad.
a question though. That's never. It's
But,
that his work rate's never been a question since his first season.
but I have to agree with Angel though, man. Because like you're my captain, you know how old you are, you know the legs you have, you know how long the season is, and you know you have fucking Jova fucking waiting right there,
And
dog.
then we also skipped on the Edwards to left wing sub. We didn't talk about
Oh,
that.
you
Yeah, it was fine. There you go.
I didn't
He
see
didn't do
that.
anything stupid. It was
Yeah, he
fine.
came in. Good morning. Again, but also like somebody, it gave us different, right? Because he gave us more pace, he gave us more aggressiveness down that side too. So like I
Yeah,
liked
off
it
the
too.
bench
Like,
he was fine. Off the
yep.
bench he was fine.
Listen, I agree with Angel. I think I would have liked Cheech to say like legs are done or be more considerate about that, but it didn't happen. 90th minute comes about, and Joe like man, right? Chase that just chases down
A ball he
a
lost.
yeah. It would have it should have
You
been a
see,
dead play.
he lost in the attacking half. I'm not gonna be mad at that.
No,
Moving
I'm not
forward.
mad at
Oh
that.
yeah, no, no,
Okay,
no,
all right. Because the way you said it right now is like, oh well, he lost it. The fucker.
no, no. Like I
No,
think it's
no.
good
Nah.
too.
Like I think,
Yeah.
yeah, it's credit to that fool.
All right, all right, all right.
The fuck.
Yeah, man. Again, he chases down a ball that if he doesn't chase down, if he jogs towards him and then passes it back, like it's not the end of the world. But he chases it down with intention. He pokes it, and then he has time. Right, he has time there. And for a second, dog, like maybe it's too much time. But nah, man's cold. Man is cold and like there and just puts it away. Dog, what the fuck? 2-0. Angel, what you call? You. I know you had a dub. I don't think you had 2-0. Did you?
I think it was a 3-1 or
Something like
3-0,
that, right?
something like that. Yeah, I had the dub, but I know for sure I didn't call it right.
Nah, but it's the 90th minute. We got 2 goal lead. We gonna keep a clean sheet and we beat fucking San Jose. Boys, I'm as happy as I could get right now, right? Because
Oh, me too, bro. I'm good. I'm golden. Fuck San Jose, dog. I'm
yeah,
Galaxy's World Cup champion, dog.
yeah, we won the World Cup. But of course they have to fucking throw a little shit on it because it couldn't be them without throwing a little shit on them. And literally the last play of the fucking game, we get fucking a goal that I don't get this rule, right? So here's the thing. All the challenges is this play out on the right. Then he slides and he ends up hurting himself and he's in the floor outside of the field. Play develops, cross gets put in, slots in, here's a goal. Oh, deflection, right? There's a deflection, and then the guy who slots it in is offside, or the last player there, but because others there, he's not offside, he's onside, it's a goal. I don't get that rule. I thought if a player was out of the field, he didn't fucking he didn't enable the last player as onside. That bugged me the fuck out. So I'm seeing this and I'm like, yo, like, nah, this is gonna be called back. Is that a known thing? Like, am I bugging here?
I read the rules after because I was fucking pissed, right? I'm like, that's a fucking offside. And they just showed me the replay and Alden Espinosa completely off the field.
Yeah.
But apparently, if the player's out of the field without the referee's permission, then the touch line or the end line is where the offside line is at. But to add to that, if the ball is cleared out of the 18-yard box and the ball comes back in, it should be offside because the player never came back into the field. So technically,
see that part I didn't know. This whole time, okay, good to know. I gotta read up on the rules again.
It should have been offside.
Oh. But see, like
it should have been
murky.
offside.
It's so murky, right?
From my understanding is the referee has to say deem him as an outside, like he's out, and then he's not in the play, right? Like injury or something like that. But at that point, everything just happened so quick, bang bang. The ref never did. So even then, at that point, we don't know if he's really injured. We don't know if he's just out there haciéndose el pendejo. Like the ref doesn't know that. So my understanding is that was a good goal for that reason because the ref never deemed him as an injured player or whatever. Right now, the other piece that Masa was talking about, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
And here, a little bit more of blind leading the blind. If Ali had rolled out to to the outside on the right, right? Like so out in the sideline. Would that now make him outside of the field? Is it only because this is the inline that's the rule? I'm so fucking like again. I don't get that shit. I'm confused.
It doesn't
It
matter
just
anymore though.
it just sucks
See,
though.
but
Like
that's
it
good.
just like
Maybe you
come
motherfuckers
on.
need to go read the. Maybe y'all motherfuckers need to go read the rules.
Nah, I should never have to FIFA. I don't have to worry about it.
Mm.
No, I just didn't get it, and I was upset because I'm like, yo,
Eh,
2-0 fucking clean shit.
but no, you didn't have a dad growing up, huh? That's what it is,
Oh, we're
dog.
gonna talk about this again? Now we're gonna do it in public?
Yeah, my
Oh,
dad made me read that shit, bro, and I was like
nah,
12, and I
not for
hated
me.
that shit.
Nah, reading for sucker. No, I'm just kidding. I love reading.
It was, dog. I don't remember most of it, but he made me do it.
That just changed. Like that just changed. Never mind. I was gonna say some shit.
That shit's
about
long,
cancel.
bro. That shit's long.
That just changed all the time too. Man, point is, I was upset that the fact that went in, and that's how we lost the clean sheet. Because I felt like I thought the boys did enough to get a clean sheet. My God, Angel, you talked about it a little bit in the pre-show with Caligari, but Caligari and Aude. Oh, I'm really liking these kids, man.
Yeah, they're definitely finding their feet well, for sure. I think more so Caligari in terms of the overall play, but obviously Alde has had some impact too. But I think of the two, Caligari's definitely looking like the. But I'm not knocking Alde at all. I think he's
Oh, yeah.
so I think he's coming along well too. But I'm just saying in terms of the two. But maybe that could also be that Caligari has had more time here than now to adapt to the league and everything that goes along with coming to MLS.
You know what's the difference for me? I think Caligari understands the tempo of the team, and he can dictate it when he's on the ball going forward. You know what I mean? When he goes from out wide and comes in, he knows how to dictate the pace and find the spacing that the team is looking for. I really like. I think he defends really well, but I really like that of him where he understands what gaps to fill when he's going to attack. Caligari is nice, man. I like this kid a lot. Aldi too, though. I think Aldi is like Aldi did a job on fucking Espinosa that I wasn't ready for. I thought it was gonna be more of a problem there. That's what nullified him, dog. These two boys are those two boys and fucking and Neil. We could have a fucking defense for a minute, boys. Like if we find
Yeah.
there, we could find. And we've been out here for 7 years or 6 years, however long we've been on, talking about how we need a defense. And right now we have three pieces that are looking real good, and Cáceres was doing his job there too, dog. Like, if we can now figure out how to score some goals and win some games, I think we'll be all right.
I still don't apologize for not wanting him here after that's the put he did in Houston, but that's a different story.
I didn't want him I didn't want him at all.
I was mad. I was mad.
Yeah, I was. I ain't gonna talk shit. All right, listen. Closing remarks over the last two games. The Galaxy won 2 games in a row. 2 games in 1 week. U.S. Open Cup in the league. Feelings are changing for the Galaxy, or we still shit? We're complete shit.
We're still shit.
shit.
Or still shit. I don't want to get
my concern is, let's say we do get some momentum, and I don't expect to win the next 3 games, right? Let's say just out of it we have a decent record. We went 2, lose 1, or I don't know, just shit. Even let's say tie all 3, just something where it's positive, right? If it continues to be the same 11 over and over and over, we have no summer window, and I've been bitching about this. So fuck all of y'all who've been these games are gonna start adding up. These guys are getting tired. So Chicha, it already started with Cheech. Now, thankfully, with Cheech, we have a direct replacement in Dayon, even Judd, but not the rest of the squad. And that's where that's my issue right now. And Vanny doesn't have the luxury because he's made poor decisions. The players he wants to bring for depth pieces or acquisitions or additions that he wants to have. Where if you are gonna put this type of importance to U.S. Open Cup, which I hope so, because we have nothing else. I don't even talk about Leagues Cup because it's way down the line at this point. Well, actually, the way summer's coming this year is it's just almost here, bro. We're talking about having to play multiple tournaments. I'm gonna start getting concerned real soon about these legs.
We should be. I think. Listen, Brandon needed everything to fucking fall into place for him to have a successful season. The way he built this roster, he needed everything. And right now, absolutely nothing's falling into place. Right. So like, you're right. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Because listen, we played the USL Pro team or MLS Next team, whatever the fuck it's called now. Like,
yeah, to come and find.
And we had to use like our MLS team, our main roster, like most of our main roster. Right. And then we had to play them again on the weekend. And then we had to play them again now on Wednesday, and then again on Sunday or Saturday when we play. Like, I'm glad like we're not that old anymore. Like we're not like super old. But these players can only do so much at the level we expect them to play. You know what I mean? And I don't know what the fuck you do because again, we talked a little bit about Aguirre and how he came in and did a job, and we talked a little bit about Edwards and how he did a job. But like Aguirre more consistent, but we seen what Edwards gives us is not consistent, and we like him coming off the bench, but we're gonna need them playing full matches against in some of these cups. So we'll see, we'll see. Let's go on. We got 2 games this week. We're playing against the 8th seed in the East and the 9th seed in the East with Columbus Crew and DC United, respectively. How are we feeling here, boys? East Coast swing.
I'm more concerned with DC United than I am with the Columbus Crew. If we are
Word.
gonna get some points, if we are gonna get some points, it has to be the Columbus game. I'm a little shooketh of DC right now.
So DC, like, I mean, both of these teams, they're better than the Galaxy, at least so far this season,
Facts,
right? They're better than the
facts.
Galaxy.
But
So
I think Columbus is on a pretty bad streak right now.
they're not right because the last 5 is a draw, loss, or the last 6 is a draw, loss, dove, loss, or lost, dove, draw. So they're like an average ass team, and DC is pretty much same way. They had like 3, they won 3 in a row, and then they lost 2, and then they draw. So like again, like they're an average team, but we're a bad team. So and they're playing at home, right? And we're away, and it's a long trip.
But the team's there already. No, they
Is it?
flew out like ASAP.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's
they
smart.
did.
That's smart shit. Smart shit. At least I got that going for them. Maybe. Let's talk about Columbus, man. Where we at? Listen, they're depending on Salarian and Aiden
I will
Morris
say
for goals.
it's not off topic, but I'm not a big fan of Apple TV because of the fact that we have Apple TV. The majority of the games are happening now at the same time,
Same time. Yeah.
and I used to catch different games at different times depending on my availability and whatever I had going on. Right now, it's just tough, bro. And all the games at the same time, especially if Eli has tournaments like that. I haven't seen Columbus play a single game. I think maybe the home opener, or I mean the first week. I can't tell you shit about Columbus right now. I just have to look at the stats and just go off of what you said and say like average. So we're probably gonna die just because I can't give you nothing on Columbus. I haven't. I got nothing for you right now on Columbus.
All good. I mean, at that point is strong. I try to do the 360, but when the G's are playing at the
Not
same
the
time everybody
same
else
though,
playing,
bro.
like I don't even care. You know what I mean? So I agree.
But even then, 360 is just ongoing, nonstop. It's changing. They go to goals, some highlights, shit like that, and then you got the commercials. I'm not a fan for someone who likes to watch games.
Yeah, I don't mind it for the G's games. I love the fact that I know where it's gonna be on and I can get on and watch it. But I agree with you. Like some of the coverage is spotty because of the scheduling. There we
I'm
go.
good off of Masa. If Masa knows something, I got nothing for you. But all I know is fuck.
I haven't seen Columbus play this year, unfortunately.
There you go.
So
That's why I'm more concerned about DC because I see DC play like twice.
I'm gonna give you what I do. I'll give you that. If I'm banning, right? Since we're talking about Masa, you saying you're more scared of DC. I actually overheard some conversation about DC. Apparently, they're actually not. What's his face is doing a good job over there, and it seems like they're starting to resurge a little bit, especially at home, right? Which is where we're playing. Away is where they seem to be having issues. Supposedly, I don't know, Rudy. Maybe you can check right there. But point is, if that is the case, I will push my starters who just played on Sunday to play Wednesday. Try to give me as much as you can, and we're traveling to DC on the weekend. Play with,
Rotate.
I guess your beat players or whatever. Rotate that shit out. Risk it. Just try to get whatever points you can in Columbus. Try to get a tie in DC, and then you rotate those players. So they can be ready for El Tráfico on Tuesday, because that's at that point you're also gonna have to think about that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a shit ton of games in a short span, man.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to do a lot of player management, but the hope's gonna be that these players respond well and start off playing realistically after they did, like Masa mentioned, after the goal against San Jose, the first goal, when they actually started playing well and playing better. I hope they come out like that against Columbus. If they do, then yeah, of course we have a good chance. Absolutely, we should win the game. Fuck it, go win it. Try to get those 3 points, and then fuck it, we chill. We chilling in DC. We chilling.
Yeah, it's looking rough. I don't know how we get anything out of all these games if we don't do what you're talking about, where like we focus on on where we could get advantages and kind of give up on some things because it's gonna be rough. I know we don't know a lot about Columbus, but give me some outcomes, give me some predictions so we can move on from this. Where we at tomorrow night versus Columbus at Columbus?
Who won Galaxy?
Qué hijo de puta. Masa.
4-0 Columbus.
Oh la puta, tampoco.
Se la Ryan hat trick.
Tampoco.
Ryan hat trick, dog.
Sheesh, nah.
And
I'm gonna go
what's
with a
that fool?
1-1.
Cucho Hernandez, whatever. That was gonna put another one on us.
Chill.
Like 4-0, dog.
No. It's gonna be 1-1
Easy
draw. It's gonna be
peasy.
1-1 draw. We're gonna get a point in the road. We're gonna suffer, but we're gonna get a point in the road. Big bond game. I think so. I think it's a big bond game. So 1-1. 1-1, we get a draw there. And then we go DC on the weekend and we face Christian Benteke.
Hat trick, Benteke. 3-0
Benteke's so
DC.
Benteke's gonna be
dog.
fun.
Why can't we get Benteke, dog? Fuck.
I mean, I probably would have wanted Benteke to be honest. I just didn't realize he was still had it like he does.
Benteke
That's
was
gonna be
dope in the
interesting,
prime
though.
too, dog.
Crystal
That's gonna be
Palace
interesting.
goal.
Because I want to see when it goes heads up with Cáceres. I want to see if that
I'll
gets
see
a
him
little
go with
chippy.
Neil.
And I want to see what Neil does because that guy like that's his game, right? Like it's his physicality is no how to position himself in front of the defenders to get the advantage. So I want to see what Neil does because again I've been so proud and in awe at the way Neil can position himself because I think that's one of his biggest attributes. I want to see what he does with somebody who could do that in the opposite and a striker who could do that as well. He does so should be fun. But I think we get shit on by them. But I think we get shit on by them. And I think we'll lose this one like 3-1 or something like that. I'm gonna go 3-1. Still think we score one, but I think I think it's gonna dunk on Neil.
On everybody.
Yeah.
I don't even think we score. I say 2-0. Cause I don't feel SDC being a high scoring team, so I'll just give him 2-0.
We give 3 corners, so let's give him 3 goals.
I give him 2 goals. 2-0.
Right.
Galaxy
Right,
podcast.
Masa, give me some, baby. Oh, you already said. You said
I
no.
said,
Wait.
"Is your hat trick Benteke, dog?"
Yeah,
fuck?
jeez. All right, man. Let's
And one more by Taxi Fontas, dog.
Just Benteke is gonna score 3. Leave it at that. Strap in. Strap in. It's gonna be a long fucking week if we have anything to say about it.
And that's how we can't even talk about Tuesday, but there's Tuesday.
Yeah, we got Tuesday, and then it's like pick up on the weekend again. So it's hectic. But we will be back next Tuesday, hopefully with 4. Hopefully with George hopping in here. I don't know if we had any questions. I know we posted on Twitter today, so we questions on Twitter.
Yes, we did. Instagram. Let's see. All right, we got a few. Underscore Emmanuel H. I'm going to get a lot of fire for this, but if we had the best midfield, then why do we suck?
Because you can't put them away.
Sometimes we've played an inspiring football where it's just a lot of move the ball around, but there's just no creativity in the attacking third, right?
Even at that, like we had opportunities all those games to win. I don't disagree with you, but even at the worst, we put balls in front of the goal that somehow missed the whole fucking frame. We can't score. That's our biggest issue.
I mean, I would say that I think the 3 in the middle are fine, right? They're fine, but it's when we go in the attack where shit just dies, which is why we couldn't score goals. And oftentimes, a lot of games were like 0-0 or later, and we just get scored on one goal, and then that was it. Everyone's just morale dies, and we don't know how to score goals. At least we didn't.
Again.
Yeah, we didn't know how to score goals, right? So that's the issue there. It doesn't really matter. And at some point, you're playing desperate soccer, and you lose your best traits, right? Because you're just trying to everything, just your ability, because you're playing desperate soccer. You're just trying to get a goal to do something, anything. Eddie Nags, he said, "Fuck Chewy." Let's see. He said Lakers and 5 with a crying face. Yeah, fucking Lakers. Logan Jones 01. Thoughts on overpaid players on this team? How would you guys spend 23 mil on this team? We talked about it, but how would you guys spend 23 mil? Don't ask Masta. He's gonna say Argentina. That's all he's gonna say in South America.
South America, dog. Caligari, Brugman, fucking Aude, I mean, the answers are fucking simple, dog, and they don't make a lot of money. Chicken Nugget makes more money because that motherfucker was born here. It's ridiculous.
Man, 23 mil?
Like I said, you see,
23 mil? Easy as fuck, though.
go ahead.
Easy as fuck. Like 50, 60% of that is going to a proven young striker and and another midfielder. Right?
Not a
50,
winger.
60%. No, not a winger. Just another midfielder to replace Delgado. Somebody better than Delgado. Right? And then the rest of that, I'm going down to Argentina and I'm picking up the 17-year-olds and 19-year-old wingers and I'm giving them all 100K, right? For 1 year, dog. Whoever, el que la queme, dog, I'm giving you 750K the next year, dog. You know what I mean? I mean, all these motherfuckers with that hope, dog. I'm
It's
making
to
a
be
fucking, I'm
Squid
making a show out
Games.
of it.
Whoever scores the most goals, the
You know
winger,
what I mean?
gets a 750K
Dog,
contract at the end of the season.
I gotta save about 10 million out of that because I gotta buy like 8 or 9 different international spots around the league. But you know what I mean? Saturday's gonna be short, baby. I'm just bringing everybody I can. Now, I really do think it's just a striker and another high profile fucking midfielder that's actually active, and then you buy young. You buy everybody else young.
I just wouldn't buy Chicken Noogie, and then after that, I don't give a shit what you do with my money. You can do whatever you want. Just 23 mil. Just give me my 776K back, bro. Football _ fanatic. Why we haven't seen y'all at the games asking for a friend? I mean, I went to the games that I knew I could go at the beginning of the season. I talked about this. People were a little upset about it. That's on you. I don't give a shit, frankly. But
That's right.
I'm not gonna be there for the majority of the season because Eli's schedule is just stupid. I couldn't make it to San Jose, and that's just me. But I love it, so I want to trade Eli's schedule for any of y'all. I love y'all, but Eli comes first.
Yeah, pretty similar life. I want to go out there. I've been wanting to go out there, but life shit happens. Shit, I need to handle some shit. So
I went just to see Cabral celebrating my face, and so yeah, dog. It might be a
Santa
while.
Cura, Santa Cura.
Para eso fuiste. Mm-hmm.
I forgave me the cold shivers, dog. I was like, this
Damn.
motherfucker, bro.
B_Lova said he also said fuck Chewy. Damn, that's crazy, bro. Something about fuck Chewy around here. And then he follows up. No, fuck Chewy. And then he follows up saying Franquinho Massao is goated. Obrigado. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
scored a banger on Sunday. I love Ronaldinho, dog. Yeah, I was surprised myself, dog. I blacked out. Like Jovic when he said
blue eye white dragon blacked out, dog.
Blacked out, bro.
Dragon. Oh, damn, this like Yu-Gi-Oh! Damn, dog, you brought back childhood memories. R4MMY_Bumilog3. This is a turning point. You heard it here first.
Yeah, man, that's the title of the episode, right? Is it a turning point? I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. You know what I mean? But here, I'll tell you something. If they supposed to figure out how to get 4 points out of this swing, that means something because I don't expect a point, to be honest, right? But I 4 points to figure it out, boy. I'll have a different tone next week, I bet.
Yeah, if we get 2 results if we get results on the road, like when we did last season when we made that push in England and Toronto, bro, that's for definitely a turnaround for me. But I don't think.
All right, one more from the Discord. Glenn with 2 N's said.
Who that?
Pac said. Captain America: Civil War. Pac said, you guys see the post interview with Vanny? He goes out of his way to say he thinks Espinosa is a fantastic player. Would you take him? Absolutely. I'm a fan of him. I like him.
I know. I'm a fan of him. I know Vanny's a fan of him, right? I think the actual quote.
Where's he from? Where was he born?
Where?
I'm just wondering.
Loco.
Where's he from?
Saltepeque.
I'll take him. He's a poor man, Pavon.
Yeah, there we go. I think you said it right. Somebody had said that is poor man Pavon, and you know Vanny's a fan of that. So yeah, I wouldn't mind at all, baby. But I don't see how.
But Dino said maybe he could be nice. I mean, like it's nice to see players like that, but we can't have them all, right? But I mean, if the one
Can we
thing I
have
said
one?
we said in the past, well, yeah, I know. We're training for Chicky Noogie.
Oh,
But,
yeah, like for like.
but I will say this: like, I like where they're
They probably Espinosa probably makes less money.
probably dog. Someone should go look that up. I'm curious now.
Fuck.
But I will say this though. That's the right train of thought, right? If you're gonna take your opponent's player, you take their best player.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I'm good with that.
Landon
Yeah,
Donovan, let's go.
and Donovan, baby.
All right, was that it? That's it.
And then Lucas just said that he's gonna watch 1 hour delay. Peace, love, and LA Galaxy.
Yo, I appreciate that. Yo, how we do this? I felt like we talked more, but in less time. It's George. Huh? See, George always
It's
talking
George.
shit.
George the
George
problem.
always talking shit about
He's the
everybody
problem.
else. It's George. I just realized that. But
George wasn't here 2 hours defending Chicharito, dog. So it was quick. We all agree.
he's selling. He's selling. Listen,
Mhm.
a quicker pod. We covered 4 games. Kinda. I'm gonna call it a night. That being said, it's another episode of Straight from the Stands. I'm boy Rudy. I'm sports on Twitch. I'm sports on Twitter. I'm sports on the gram.
Oh, I just got one thing to say. Wish Eli
There
good
you go.
luck this weekend. He actually has his first tournament with his actual team.
Oh, let's
Starts
go.
Temecula, so I'm excited for that. I'm pumped for that.
Good
luck, Eli.
Make sure you show some love when you see the story in his second chip of the year.
That's right, baby.
Come on, close it out, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, just go follow Eli at Eli Luke _. There you go.
Follow me at Ronaldinho. Peace, love, and Jesus.